So here I am once again minimizing my life down to the size of a couple suitcases to go travel the world. You guys can't see it right now, but underneath me on the living room floor are my suitcases all packed up and ready to go, because in a few days I will actually be leaving Austin, Texas and setting out on the adventure of a lifetime. My partner and I are actually setting off on this adventure together. And in today's video, I want to talk about the closing of a chapter. I've had many different chapters in my life that I categorize by different places that I've lived. And every single time when it's been time to make a move or create a shift of some kind and ultimately bring into realization where it is that I'm ready to go next, like a physical place to move or perhaps just go on an adventure traveling, the same sorts of energies and situations arise. So in today's video, I want to do a deeper dive into this and speak with you about something that I've learned about my own life that I think could really benefit you. Change is the only constant as human beings, and so we're always going through different transitions. And you yourself might identify different chapters in your life as in different relationships you've had, different jobs that you've had, or different types of schooling that you've had. And for me, it is these geographical locations, but I do trust that when chapters are coming to an end, there's most likely a lot of similarities that we can all relate to, or how we bring into awareness that it's time to make a move. I saw an Instagram quote once that said, "The universe makes you uncomfortable when it's time to make a move." And to me, that sums it up quite well. So I'm going to talk about all the discomforts that have arose for me every single time I've been prompted to make a big life move. And hopefully this will help you understand your own transitions in life, or perhaps your own chapters even better. Now, before we get started on this video, the holidays are coming up, and this video is in collaboration with Ana Luisa New York. Ana Luisa New York is a jewelry company that I have partnered with for many years. You guys often see me sporting their gold jewelry in my videos. I've worn them throughout the years, all the different chapters of my life. I can promise that this jewelry stands the test of time. It's an incredible gift if you're looking for a last-minute gift for anyone for Christmas, because it doesn't break the bank. These pieces start at $39 and they do not tarnish. They're classy, they're elegant, and with their opportunities for stacking, whether that's necklaces or stacking your ears with their earrings, you can create a variety of different looks. Right now you can get up to 30% off. So I'll be leaving the link down below for you guys to get up to 30% off Ana Luisa, and let me know which pieces you pick up. I would love to hear from you. So I personally believe that there are divine times that chapters are meant to come to a close. And the closer that we get to those dates, the more sort of weird, uncomfortable situations or scenarios happen. And I think there's a difference between these sorts of uncomfortable situations that naturally occur in life that we're meant to grow through, and situations that are sort of prompting us to bring an awareness to the surface around moving. And how I've been able to differentiate this in my own life is that there's sort of been a question mark around the future. As in, if I can sort of lift my gaze and imagine the future, there's been times when I can really see it clearly, as in I see myself living in a certain place for an extended period of time. I see myself finishing up a sort of certification, as an example. And then there's other times when I lift my gaze and I'm like, I just don't feel like I'll still be here in this location. And throughout the year, my partner and I had conversations about moving to different cities in the States, exploring what our options were, but we couldn't quite land on anything. Nowhere felt like it was really pulling us in. And so these sort of ideas or awareness came about, like, we could potentially go traveling. We both work for ourselves, but could we actually do that? Like, could we actually decide to go on this grand adventure? And throughout these conversations happening, different sort of events started to occur, like packages getting stolen from the front door. Our neighborhood that once felt safe and secure started to feel a little bit shady, and then my partner's storage locker got broken into, and it all became very clear that it really was time to leave Austin. And the same types of situations happened to me when I was actually closing up my chapter and decided to leave Bali. my villa flooded, for example, and then I went to go open the pocket of my scooter one day and this seat just completely ripped off because I guess it had rusted underneath. Like really weird, uncomfortable circumstances started to happen, but it was almost like I was being guided to really accepting the chapter as it was and deciding that it was time to move on. So again, there's sort of this inability to see the future or imagine the future in the same place. And then what arises is these conversations that are explorative in nature, but alongside those conversations are these scenarios that just seem a little bit uncomfortable, like almost like there's been a nudge out. And for me, this is really validating even though it's not comfortable. So for example, when my villa flooded in Bali and I had to move out immediately, that was uncomfortable because I didn't know where I was going to live. Thank goodness for things like Airbnb. But then in this situation in Austin where my partner's storage locker got broken into, that naturally feels very violating, and it's hard to see someone that you truly care about go through something so uncomfortable. But what arose from it was just this clarity of like, oh, it's actually time to go. It feels like I'm ready. I'm ready to move on from this place because of the things that are happening. Another example I can share with you was the huge life transition that I made when I decided to quit my corporate job in Toronto and move to Rome, Italy and start working for myself, right? Two big transitions in life, as in moving to a foreign country, ending my chapter of working a 9-to-5 for an agency. There was a lot of discomfort that started to happen. Things just didn't seem to work at work. And I really felt like I was bringing to clarity that I didn't want to work for somebody else. I wanted to work for myself. And this is something that I see in a lot of my clients. I support a lot of people through their transition of shifting out of a 9-to-5 into working for themselves in my signature program, Digital Nomad Academy. And time to time again, I see this. There's either an insufferable boss, or they feel exhausted by the work that they're doing, or they feel that their creativity, this beautiful, precious gift that we're all given, isn't being channeled in a way that feels truly authentic to them, signaling that it's time to create a move to feel more fulfilled and more inspired in life. So these are just a few examples, but I wanted to highlight a few of these because I know that through transitions in general, a lot of discomfort always arises. Growing naturally is uncomfortable. Evolving into our next level is uncomfortable because we're often faced with the things that we need to face, as in uncomfortable emotions, situations, or circumstances, to grow us into that individual who is strong, confident, and ready for what's up ahead. And if I think about what's up ahead for me, traveling the world with my partner, I'm excited to take you guys along for this journey, is we've had to communicate very deeply about where we would like to go, where we see ourselves going, what we're capable of as entrepreneurs who are desiring to pack up life into the size of a suitcase and decide where to go, right? Communication is so key in relationships, and I've seen through the discomfort of life circumstances, we've really thrived through that. So I'm confident and I am excited about what's to come in this next chapter. So again, the universe is always preparing us. I know it can be easy to fall into feeling like a victim to circumstance when discomfort arises, especially when it's the closing out of a chapter, just weird things start to happen. But remember, you're being prepared for what's to come. It's actually all in your favor. It's aligning you with who you're meant to be to walk out that next chapter. So wherever you find yourself in your life right now, whether it's navigating a transition in schooling, in jobs, in relationships, or perhaps in your geographical location, trust the process. This is your gentle reminder that it's all happening in your favor. And through transitions, we will always bring more clarity and more confidence to the surface for ourselves. You've got everything it takes inside of you to walk out your dreams and your goals and that next level reality you've been imagining for yourself. If you're struggling to feel confident in your transition in this moment right now, think about the things that you've been intending for. For example, an up level in your work, an up level in relationships, an up level in finances. If you were to really reverse engineer that, you know that it would require an up level internally. It would require a lot of shifts. It would require a lot of getting out of your own comfort zone and making it happen. So I hope this video helped you, and if you're navigating a present transition, I would love to hear about it and love to hear about how this video helped you. And again, if you're looking for that last minute gift idea for the holidays, I recommend checking out Ana Luisa. The link will be down below and you can get up to 30% off. So have a beautiful, lovely day, everyone, and I will be seeing you again soon. In a different location, of course.